Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We are your hosts, Ricky and Steph. Today's episode, we're going to be doing a spoiler review of the anime 91 Days. Yeah, I don't know why it's 91 days. Why can't it be 99, 90 days? I don't know. It's just 91 days.
Oh, man.
But before we divulge into that, if you find this channel pleasing, if you like it and find it entertaining and want to continue to watch us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, give us a like, and turn on those post notifications so you can know when the next video is up. And thank you guys for watching. Without further ado, 91 Days. Take us away.
Alright, so 91 Days is set in the Prohibition era in the United States in a place called Lawless. Why? Because the cops don't really do anything, because they can't do anything, because the mafia runs the show.
The cops are paid, done for hire, basically.
Yeah.
In a way.
So it starts off with basically you see a young man in the ring going up to a room and getting a letter. And then it flash forwards 7 years in the past, showing us a young family having some fun, and then their friend leaves, dad comes home, and they're playing like hide and seek, to have it, just surprise the dad, So 4 men roll up in the house, knock on the door, roll up in the house, break some bad news to the dad. The dad obviously works for the mafia, and they lay waste. One of the young brothers, which obviously is the youngest one, runs out, tries to get his mom.
Before we get into that, what happens?
What?
I swear, for the longest, I thought that was a female.
Uh-oh.
Until they actually said
that it was a brother.
I was like, they look like women.
I get it. Get the long hair and stuff.
But I didn't just that, the clothing looked feminine.
But what was sad was they laid waste. And then while they was laying waste, Angelo,
who's the older brother,
was basically high, and then he made a run for it essentially, and survived, and vowed to get revenge on the death of his family. The family that was responsible for the death is known as the Venetti family, and they are one of the top families.
They took power and became the top during that time, at that event.
Exactly.
And it became apparent later on the reasoning for them killing him, because he found out that they were double dealing basically, to basically gain full power, and it was something that was against the code, and he was going to write them out about it.
Facts.
After he already told them he shouldn't do it, and they still was going to do it anyway, so he was going to write them out to save his family's lives, but still cost his family.
Yeah, and then it gets gritty. It gets down and dirty. It's just like the whole. So, Angelo changes names to Avilio.
However you say it.
Yeah, it's
I'm not Italian.
I can't really say it. Yeah, it's definitely Avilio. I just said it literally. Avilio, something like that. I literally just said it like a few minutes ago. But he basically he uses or thinks of a way to get into the family. His friend that he that helped him not escape, but helped him, like sheltered him when he ran away after his family got killed, is making hooch, as they say.
Yeah, because it's prohibition, so everything's on the down low as far as alcohol. And
his hooch is not as they say, it ain't no bathtub hooch. It's like legit. It's smooth. It goes down good, and it's just like people was like literally drinking from the bottle of it, and just like, oh man, it's delicious. And that's his way in. And they call it, they eventually get a name for it called Lawless Heaven. And that's how he gets in. It gets deep into the point where he like ends up having to kill his friend, so they don't think that he's like a mole or out.
Well, I mean,
like,
it was his friend's fault anyway, because you tried to double deal just to get him out when
Yeah.
you knew that was never going to happen.
And then you have that weird guy. I can't remember his name. Francis, I think his name was, or something along those lines.
I know what you're talking about, the gun for hire, basically.
Yeah.
For the other mafia family that was in town. Yo, he was wild and reckless. He didn't think, he just did.
Yes. So, about him, let's just divulge on his character really quickly. He's a madman. He literally, after he took power, and they killed the guy, and he took power, he fed him to his ex constituents, you can say.
I mean, those were the members of
his cabinet group or whatever.
His family, like his underlings.
Yeah. He fed him to them by putting that man in lasagna. His favorite thing was lasagna. He was always complaining about how lasagna at the restaurant was nasty.
But you know what that scene reminded me of? Sweeney Todd with Mrs. Lovett's meat pies, where her pies were always nasty and disgusting, and then when she started putting human meat in it, it tasted good. And the same thing happened here. They were like, "Oh, this tastes good. This tastes delicious." The guy
took a tooth out his mouth and just like let loose with the vomit. I was like, "Yo, this is wild." And it gets like I said, it's gritty.
So would you say which was more so horrific as far as deaths, this or Japan Sinks 2020?
I really can't say, 'cause it's a tie, because Japan Sinks was like rapid fire, but like when people died in 91 days, it was I'm not gonna say unexpected. You didn't think they would die the way they died. Like, for example, when the guy was when he got shot, when the guy got shot at the cemetery or whatever, and he just turned around. He was like, "What are you doing out here?" And he was like, "My name is Angelo. Eyes got big." Bow! And he just shot him. He was just like, "Whoa, wasn't expecting that to happen." And it, like, the whole, I honestly, there's one part of the anime you definitely have to watch that you thought he was going to like reveal himself. They got me, called me in the genjutsu when they were in the distillery.
Oh yeah, when they played the trap.
When they played it all,
yeah,
they laid the trap.
I thought that was the end for him. I thought he would have killed him. But that was a good plan.
Yeah, and the thing is, these anime, the voice actors, I'm not sure if they're Italian, but if they aren't, their accents are spot on. Because Avilio, that's his name, Avilio, the way he talks with the tone, he really sounds like a full-blooded Italian, as they would call him. And the way he smokes the cigarettes and his tone and the way he carries himself, that character right there, man, was so good, man. And don't forget Nero. I'll let you talk about Nero, but
yeah, Nero was great, but I don't like Nero. Personally, don't like him. I really don't, because the whole thing, when it went back 7 years ago, that was supposed to be his first job, and he had a chance to kill the boy, didn't kill him. But I'm like, at the same time, if you were having second thoughts, you had a chance that you could have killed your father right then and there to stop all this from happening. Everybody would have been cool. You just killed your father. That whole family wouldn't have had to die. You wouldn't have had to witness a mother, a child, and a father being all killed at the same time.
And you didn't listen, like Avilio said at the end, if you didn't want to see bloodshed and feel you lose all the people that you lost within those past couple of days, you would have killed me right then and there. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when the mother was begging for the younger son's life, the guy said, "No, we can't let him live because he will remember this."
Yep.
And they did not kill Avilio, and what happened? He remembered that. That's all he lived for.
You know who actually said that, right?
I think it was the dad.
No, the uncle said it.
Oh, really?
And who's the one who sent the letter at the end? The uncle. All because the uncle wanted the power. But that twist at the end, instead of actually killing the Don like he was going to, like the whole plan was, he kills the other Don from Chicago to set off a feud between both mob families.
His planning was A1, man.
And they killed everybody. They destroyed that whole town just to kill that family.
It was really good, man. I really think you should
Talk about
watch
everybody dies.
It's a mafia. It's not your normal anime as far as like over. It's based in the U.S. Prohibition era, and it's mafia based. And
Now there is a Japanese version and a English version, both right out. One it's also on Funimation and I believe also on Hulu
we watched this
or on HBO. Oh no,
HBO,
HBO
Max.
Yeah.
We watched this on HBO Max. Definitely give it a watch. Let us know what you thought, man. If you have any other animes that you think we could watch, give us suggestions. We definitely watch them. But until next time.